Pull up and load the wagon. Get good and get mad. Tell me who we drafted. Wheels up and what's happening. Pull up and load the shout out. Y'all already know what we about. Filling up a team that is usually not allowed. Ain't even a reason to scout. Ain't even a take you can tout. Ain't even a lineup to doubt. Sim in the season we out. Cheer, spray no game without no players. This ain't for the haters. So bye bye now, see you later. I cater to the guessing what they into. I'm finna load the wagon, partner. What about you? It's the wagon. Get good and get mad. Tell me who we draft.
Look at that, Dolphins. Hey, how does it feel to experience that?
Man, we finally, it's been a while, but we got this.
Oh, congratulations.
I feel like this is almost like some sort of therapy thing, like watching them go to the Super Bowl and lose so much when I was a kid, and now we're seeing them win here. It feels great.
What's going on, everybody? And welcome back here to another episode of Load the Wagon, the Madden franchise draft series. Guests come on, draft a team. We simulate a year to see how it goes. Today, we are joined by Wyatt, Bertolone, and Wyatt. I said I was going to mess up your last name, but it was your first name.
I thought that was a bit at first.
Wyatt Bertolone coming over from JWB Fantasy. You could find them, JWB_Fantasy, I believe. I'm sorry if that's wrong. That's right. And DLF, Dynasty League Football. We are both contributors over there. Wyatt, thank you for taking the time to come on here and join the show.
Yes, I'm super excited, man. This is Shadow Wall. Thank you, Craig.
How did I get Wallet? I don't even have a wallet.
I don't know, but I enjoyed it. No, but I'm really excited. I used to play Madden so much growing up, but it's been years since I've done anything. But I used to do this exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Draft a team and simulate just because I just wanted to coach a team.
Make some trades and stuff like that. So, but speaking on that, this is a, redraft. It's not dynasty. So we're going for the immediate 1 year. Injuries are turned off. I can change around a position. Like you draft a center, we could move him to left guard, a corner to safety, whatever, quarterback to receiver, if that's what you want to do. What else? 25 rounds, pretty much 11 on each side, and then a couple depth chart. The simulation will get rid of it. And then at the end of your draft, you can have one trade if you wish. It's about 50-50. Some people do, some don't. But if you want, it's there for you. So you could punt a position and know you'll trade for it. Or just, some people fall in love with their team and then we ride.
Sounds good. Cool.
So with that, the Cleveland Browns, you are here with them. And we are going to see what's going on. I think this is episode 4 or 5 in this. Everybody, no pressure, but everybody has gotten to the NFC or AFC championship. They've gotten to the conference championship game. One Super Bowl, but Cooter lost. I believe it was Cooter. She lost. So let's see how we can do here. We'll start it off here. It's a randomized draft. Just last episode, the first overall pick happened. And you have the 24th overall. It'll snake back around, so you'll be over here at the 9th. So again, what are we going to do? So I've done about 60 or 70 of these by myself to kind of learn what goes on and what to draft, what not to draft. So I could kind of help you out here. But this is your team. Quarterbacks, Brady. Whatever's going on in his personal life, it will not matter because in Madden, that's. But here's BPA. I can search by a specific position. Do you want to go defensive heavy, offensive heavy?
I basically knew coming in that I was going QB right off the bat because my plan is to just go full on offense. Who cares about defense?
Oh, interesting. So I've had a lot of strategies. I don't know if there's I think maybe once there's been a full on offense. So I'd love to see how this plays out.
Yeah, so it's gonna be easy, Brady.
Brady, I mean,
I think I'm lucky to get Brady at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the age that falls him because the computer's drafting for like ever, but we are drafting for now. But Tom Brady, 97 overall. Statistics matter in Madden, so this is obviously a great person to have. How are we going to fill it up? Is it going to I will say you can punt running back, but not if you don't want to,
Yeah, the plan is to punt running back. I'm thinking I got to make sure I get that offensive line good to go. And
yeah, that's a thought, but there's no conclusive evidence that it is needed. But obviously getting a Trent Williams 99 overall versus like a Charles Leno like 78 overall
Right.
is a big difference, but it's hit or miss. There's been every episode on Load the Wagon this season with Madden 23. It's been a little bit different and they've all succeeded. So it's pretty cool.
I'll be honest, I'm a little thrown off though because I didn't think Aaron Donald would be hanging around. So I thought
Yeah,
like
man.
in my head I had
Yeah.
this plan, and
Yeah.
so I think I have to adjust and just
So
take Aaron Donald because
that's a good thing.
just
So
be a value hound here.
I love that. Last week we had Joey Wright come on, and he had the first pick, and he picked Aaron Donald.
Right.
And he still made it to the conference championship with the first pick. So
Yeah, the multiple time defensive player of the year, like, I mean, why not?
and then this is a guy, defensive end, like right end. We could move him to defensive tackle if you want,
Yeah.
but maybe you
Right.
want him as a outside rusher or whatever. But whatever. Von Miller just went, so obviously getting Donalds was good. So now I know you're talking about your offensive line or receivers, things like that. Trent Williams, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith are your main guys here, and then of course some wide receivers. AJ Brown.
Yeah, let's see the fall off there.
So you'll get like a Woods, like a OD. Oh my God.
I always want to say
J.
ODB. I think it's the right way to go, actually.
I got a stink bug in here. Anyways, I got distracted by that. I flew away. Like Julio Jones, maybe early 10s, like 11, 12, he'll be there. So,
Yeah.
but obviously like a Brandon Cooks, a Lockett go the next couple rounds, but there's some guys like bodies serviceable that you could get. I know you mentioned offensive line, like, you won't be able to get big names, but you could get, again, bodies. Like it's just who you want, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, why you want it, how you want it.
Oh, is this McDonald's? I think I'm just gonna go with Trent Williams and
Nice.
lock up left tackle.
I love that pick. So
Nice
speaking
and
of
easy.
McDonald's, man, what is your favorite fast food fry? And let's kind of take away like In and Out, Five Guys, like your
They
the
wouldn't
lower.
they wouldn't be up there anyways, if I'm being honest.
You said Trent
Five
Williams, right?
Five Guys, people only like Five Guys because they give you a lot of them. They're fine.
Is this a
but-
good pick?
What's that?
Trent Williams, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Five Guys, you get a lot of them. They fill
yeah.
the bag, and then of course, what else can you get at Five Guys? The Cajun seasoning.
Oh, see, I don't even go because I never go.
It's too
I mean,
expensive.
honestly. Yeah,
Too
it's just I think there's a better option. So I don't.
Okay, so
know.
best
But,
food
yeah.
fry, not
I'm
the big
gonna
guys.
give you two because I think they're kind of different categories, and that's Arby curly fries and
Love it.
McDonald's normal fries.
Normal fries.
They're the best, but I think they're different categories in a way. So they're gonna tie for
No,
me.
I love that, man. Love that. I love a good fast food French fry talk, but we could spare that for some open time. Here we go. So, Zach Martin, DeAndre Hopkins, like, he's not a speedy guy, but he's going to catch that ball. 99 spectacular catch, 99 jumping. You say you're going offensive heavy,
Yeah.
there's guys, there's bodies, obviously like Zach Martin is not going to fall. How did that get in? It's bugging me.
Didn't. I want to lock up DeAndre Hopkins while he's there.
Love that, dude. And he's going to be coming back in real life in like 2 weeks or so. So that's cool.
I'm pretty excited. I have a lot of DeAndre Hopkins all over the place, and I need him in Scott Fishbowl right
I
now.
was actually just talking with my buddy CJL. Maybe he'll hop in the chat eventually about Hopkins. Like good for now, but Dynasty, we're near the end here.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's pretty far down my rankings right now. I think like he's a nice little option for teams trying to push for this year, but realistically, Marquise Brown might just be the wide receiver one even when Hopkins is back.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I would say like actually if you're going to buy it might be worth waiting for that moment because he's probably still going to be a little bit productive. But when people see that like Marquise Brown is getting more targets than DeAndre Hopkins, it might come down even more.
And of course, rankings don't necessarily mean like immediate production. Like he could be lower on your dynasty rankings, but still be a serviceable wide receiver too. But cool. But nevertheless, he's your wide receiver one here with the Cleveland Browns, the newly taken over. Do you see my homage to you?
No, I don't think I did.
Top right of the screen. Every guest, I always give him like a nice little. Your name's Wyatt Armsleeve.
Yeah, I see that now. Well, so I guess that makes sense. Right?
Arm sleeves. My bad. Anyways, here we are. Let's see where we're at. So you have Tom Brady, Aaron Donald, Trent Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, and now we are getting down to the nitty gritty of things. I know you're talking about wide receivers. Oh, I forgot to mention. That's what I wanted to tell you. So I keep offense consistency throughout the seasons, and we are rocking the Las Vegas playbook. And typically, 2 wide receivers, often 3, and the tight end are involved, and
Mhm.
obviously the running back. So I would recommend, 2 wide receivers at least, but you could always wait. I'm not trying to peer pressure you in. You did talk about Marquise Brown there. There's people here. And the defense is the team's stock defense. So the Cleveland's defense, I think they're a 4-3, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but anywho, here we are with the BPA round 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it up a little bit again. Actually, the way things are falling, I really like DeMarcus Lawrence here because if I'm gonna go defense, I just want pass rushers at this point, and I like getting DeMarcus Lawrence here.
Pass rushers go quick as well. DeMarcus Lawrence and Aaron Donald on the defensive line. You got 2 90s. Love that.
Yeah, I guess got to stay water, right? As we always say. Pull that cliche in.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, we always say it. Here we go. So it's still defense. We got Simmons and Smith. Maybe those guys are fallen, but maybe like a Lockett doesn't, or a Cooks. Or if you're looking at a specific position, like I could just pull those up for you as well. Ooh, wow, bring them back. Corey Linsley, Kelsey. There's going to be bodies falling at every position. It just kind of depends.
I like the way that wide receiver is kind of like lasting. And I saw Joel Bertolone in there, who's one of my favorite Browns players.
Well, then you got to get the locker room guy.
Yeah.
I think that's good because you may lose out on Lockett, but you're still going to have people. So we are going to go for the second offensive lineman.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. So throughout this, I don't know, this 50, 60 episodes, I've only made one mistake drafting. That's not bad.
No, it's not.
25 rounds each episode, and it was just it was the same position, just wrong player.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to make sure, are you sure it's this guy? Because maybe I hear one thing, but I'm trying to draft and stuff, so it's a lot going on. But it doesn't matter because this is your team. Let's remind you of your team and anybody watching: Donald, Trent Williams, Brady, Hopkins, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Joel Bitonio. You're locking down that left side for your quarterback. You have at least one option and then some pass rushers going. I'm just going to go to some random positions just for my knowledge. But if you're looking for a specific position, just let me know. I believe it's a 4-3, but if you want to do a 3-4, we could switch it around. No problem. Just let me know.
4-3 is fine.
I think that's what the Browns are. If I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Justin Simmons is solid, 90 overall. It's always nice to have high overall players because, Madden stats matter. But we got Cooks.
Safeties last a little bit, though, because they're like an underrated position. At least from what I remember, and it seems to be looking here. But I think I like Brandon Cooks here because that gives us a little bit of speed to go with DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, and familiarity with Brady.
There you go.
Right? They played 1 year, right? 2?
Yes, in New England.
Right? Yeah. Cool. So Brandon Cooks
in the middle of Brandon Cooks 4 teams on 5 years
for all first round
picks tossed around.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it never made any sense. He always produced wherever he went.
I always wonder if it's just
never heard anything bad about him in the locker room. I don't know.
But I wonder if that's just the case. It just wasn't. Well, who cares? Doesn't matter. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Right now, load the wagon. What do you want to do here? We got plenty of things going. You need your defense, especially at the next 2 levels.
Yeah, can I see corners?
Yeah, you absolutely can't see corners.
That'd be my next priority after
I
some
think
pass rushers. So.
I think you could probably wait a little bit for sure. You might miss out on a William Jackson because he's a little bit younger, but bodies do fall around and it's nothing really impressive.
Yeah.
IMO.
Just want to catch if there was anybody who happened to last a little bit too long there.
You never know. You never know for sure. So with the 4-3, you will need 2 big bodies then on the line.
That is true.
So it's something we can move a Calais Campbell over to defensive tackle, and he's a superstar. You will need a middle linebacker, but bodies will fall. I mean, you'll miss out on Isaiah Simmons, but probably Mosley will hang around, just because of age and stuff like that.
Let's see. What's left at tight end. I would like to know, just so I know.
Yeah, for sure. Just so you know, for sure.
I'm sure that they're not really going, but I just want to know what it looks like in this draft.
You're definitely mad chilling for a while, especially an Albert Ukuegbunam in round 14, 15. Like
Yeah.
may not be good in real life, but in Madden he'll at least produce for you. So even like a Grady Jarrett could be moved over to defensive tackle. You know, you could just lock down a secondary at least if you want. There's some other,
Yeah,
if
I
you
think
want to take a running back, but you could always get like a Fournette round 15, 16, 17.
I think I'm just going to keep trying to value draft and take Jordan Poyer here to kind of lock down the defensive backfield for us.
Any reason why you're going over Smith?
Now I don't know the ratings offhand, but I think that Jordan Poyer at this point in their careers is more of a ball hawk, and that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I believe you, man. It's your team, man. I'm out here just curious. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Cool. Jordan Poyer, strong safety, locking down one secondary, and don't forget if you want to take like hypothetically Harrison Smith, we could always move Poyer to free safety or cornerback. No big deal as well. Ooh, Garrett Wilson just went. Shout out to Garrett Wilson. Who's your favorite rookie wide receiver?
Currently, or coming into the year?
Yeah, right now, like Garrett Wilson, like just got drafted, so it prompted me to wonder about you.
Yeah, it's London. I liked Garrett Wilson more before the season started, but seeing Drake London just dominate the targets in Atlanta.
Cool. Just curious, man. Love that. All right. What do we got? So pretty much you need things, and we're only 8 rounds in. This is your 9th pick. Here's BPA. If you're looking for a specific position, let me know. See, we're dropping it overall, so obviously, like that kind of matters. Age matters, obviously. Like maybe
I'm thinking Calais Campbell to continue with my thought of making sure the defensive line is great,
and then put him on defensive tackle. And he's also is a superstar, which is awesome in a Madden simulation because they get.
Really? I don't actually know about that. Explain that to me.
So there's superstar, X Factor, superstar, star, and normal. So this will matter in a Madden draft, like franchise series, if you're doing your own team. Superstar X Factor has the highest developmental rate, so they'll just get better faster. And then when they enter the zone, like their X Factor, they get additional abilities. So it kind of mimics, when Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant are just in the zone. Like, they get extra abilities. Superstar gets into the zone, but they don't get a great ability, but they're still like, I'm still a superstar. I can still make plays. And then a star is just like, they develop at a faster rate. Nothing cool, but like, it's good. And then a normal, like you're a normal player. Yeah. And then like age will matter. Like when you hit like age 30, your development won't keep going up or something. It'll start to go down, things like that. So, Madden will value some of those traits specifically on younger players before. So like, that's why you'll see, Calais Campbell fall because he was 36. Like I'm sure Harrison Smith is here. He's also a superstar, but he's like 34 or something. So 33. So they fall a little bit, but earns superstar abilities. Some cool stuff. And he's still a good player, things like that. So it matters a little bit in terms of that for a Madden game, but not really because we are here drafting, having some fun. What are we thinking about doing?
How many players can I move positions when we're done?
As many as you want, man. Like, take a Smith. Like as many as you want. There's no rules on that. That's too much.
Because I'm going to take Harrison Smith. Because at this point, I'm probably moving Calais Campbell to defensive tackle and one of Harrison Smith or Poyer to free safety. Yeah,
or cornerback because Dexter McCourty, I believe, or Devin McCourty. I think it's Devin McCourty, a free safety, 87 overall. He's 36 as well, but he's also a superstar as well. Yeah. And he's often found around in the next couple rounds as well. But like whatever, it doesn't matter. Like Daddy, always fun to say, Mike.
Oh yes,
he
very well.
Has the only undefeated Madden team, regular season,
undefeated?
and then won the Super Bowl. He went 18-0 because I think it was when it was a 16 game series. But he undefeated, won the Super Bowl. And he did his research and it came through because he was drafting like superstars, X Factors, like boom, boom, boom.
Of course he did.
And he went defense, like all defense.
That's the thing about Mike. He is like the biggest crap talker. He just jokes around all the time, but the dude is sharp as anybody I've ever met at everything.
Yeah. If you're going to be a shit talker, you might as well back it up.
Yeah.
He does. It's awesome. Yeah, it was great. Anywho, I don't know what you want to do, man. You kind of got everything. If you can see next to our heads, this is your defense. So you can see with 0 active is what you need. And then here's your offense. Yeah. You're kind of missing some stuff. So
yeah. Can I check out the offensive line?
I mean, you can. Yes, of course.
May I?
Yeah, I do that at work all.
Excuse me.
People hate me, dude. Taylor Watt's pretty cool. Got some bodies, like I said. Oh, David Andrews, cool. Andrews, cool. There's bodies.
Yeah.
You still need your linebackers, especially in a 4-3 system. It's pretty unique on what they're doing out there. Oh,
Melvin Ingram kind of caught my eye a little bit because he fits into the if my defense is doing anything, they can rush the passer type of deal.
And this
Even
is
though he's
something
more
where
of
if
a
you
3-4 linebacker, but
and if you want to switch to a 3-4 scheme, we can, and that would be
I'm
awesome.
kind of already drafted towards it,
And that would be awesome.
Lineman. Let's go with Ingram.
Nice. And then just remind me in case I forget to switch the team
Yeah.
because there's so much going on. I love that. This is good strategy. You're changing. You said you're going offensive heavy. You drafted a defense player second round. Now you're changing it up. I mean, this is the type of thing that breeds success in a Madden, this load the wagon style Madden series. So let's see. Let's see. We're looking pretty solid. I know you were worried about tight ends. There's here they go. I wouldn't lie to you. If you just want to look at wide receivers, like I said, these guys are here. A third kind of matters, but like you could be happy with a Sammy Watkins in round 20 or something. And then running backs, just so you know, there's bodies. Like I would, you're good. You're good here.
Yeah.
Maybe hammering home defense here is pretty smart. Maybe an offensive lineman.
Did I see Casey Hayward still hanging around?
Yeah, man. And I am blinking. I think this might be a good pick just to nail him down because I don't remember when he goes.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm good with that.
87 overall. You can't teach with that in Madden. Casey Hayward, he's a star. He's a zone. And those archetypes don't really care too much unless it's like a linebacker. Like you don't want a Melvin Ingram in a pass coverage thing. Usually that only matters for outside linebackers. Really, is all you should worry about. All right. That's very cool. Very cool. So what are we thinking now? You still need, so if you are switching to a 3-4, you then need 2 middle linebackers.
Yeah.
Obviously. So just so you know, not a big deal.
Changes things a little bit,
but there's always bodies. I mean, we are getting a little bit thin, but one of these is at least pretty good. Let's see. I know you need another safety potentially because you could move McCourty over to cornerback. You could move Harrison Smith to cornerback. It's like not a big deal. And then you just can't teach overall in Madden, of course.
Right.
And I think he is the superstar as well.
I also need to finish the offensive line at some point.
For sure.
But...
you have 2 out of 5. That's pretty solid.
There's
going to be guys. And don't forget, if you do want, you do have the 1 trade.
Yeah. Well, and locking down the left side, I think, was big. And Brady,
Zeitler's still
I'm not too worried about him.
Zeitler's still here.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Like Balaga will hang around for another couple rounds. I don't know about Zeitler, but it's like I also don't know about maybe a middle linebacker, like one of these guys, but maybe like Rashad Evans is going to be there. But I don't know. It's your team, man. What are we thinking?
Well, we're in an odd round, right? So we have the shorter distance between our picks with this. Let's get
about 8 and then another 16 picks instead of like 30. Yeah.
I think Zeitler and then see what comes back on the defensive side.
Good. Very smart. I like that. Very smart. Got to build from the trenches. I like that. You can't teach overall. I try to stress that a lot in these Madden series because maybe in real life he's old, he's in whatever. Like the younger guy's cool, but in a Madden simulation, like it sims based off of their stats and having higher overalls just matter. But of course, if you just want to have fun and just grab fun players and have a good time.
Winning is fun to me.
For sure. Well, I think you're doing a good job. I know a lot of people want to just come in, have a good time. We go crazy with it. And that's all that matters. Ooh, McCourty hung around. So you are in a 3-4 scheme. You have your 3 down linemen.
Yeah.
Lawrence, move Campbell, and then Donald. So
I don't think I can let McCourty last any longer. I just got to take him.
Perfect. Yeah, because he's a superstar. I wouldn't lie to you. He could play safety. I think he was a corner on the Patriots. See, 87 zone, 82 man. Like he could play corner for you. Not a big problem. I like that a lot. This team is coming together. You still need then a right outside linebacker rusher. maybe that could be your trade target if you would want, based off of what I believe is available here. But it's also your team. Do what you want. Yeah, we're getting a little bit low. That's okay on that because you could trade and you still have one like the 81 guy Wentz. You still have some guys here like Perriman, pretty solid guy. He had a nice breakout year at age 29 or whatever last year. Jerome Baker, Miami guy, got his contract, loved that. And then Edwards, over there from the Eagles or whatever, having a solid.
Yeah, I like Perryman here. Locking down one of the middle linebackers. I don't want to be dead there.
I like that. And he's solid, man. I love Miami. I used to like Miami like growing up, the Hurricanes. Shout out to you. Sean Taylor was my favorite player.
Love Sean Taylor.
I know.
His hit on Brian Moorman in the Pro Bowl is one of the only good things that come from the Pro Bowl.
Now tune in this year, right, for flag football and skills competition.
I'm excited for that. I was upset when they got rid of the skills competition. It was the only thing that was, I thought, good about Pro Bowl weekend.
It should be fun. It's like the expo with what they did at the field, like super cool. There's going to be bodies here. Maybe Ertz kind of leaves relatively soon if you want to get a quarterback. Holy dude, I am sober. If you want to get a tight end, like I'm drinking 0-calorie sodas right now.
Maybe that's the problem.
Jesus. You want a tight ends? Like I think he might go, but
I'm just not worried there because, like you said, like Albert O isn't that kind of player. Like even if it's Hayden Hurst, whatever, like I don't care. Just a dude who I know can catch. Taysom Hill, maybe. Who knows?
The quarterback. I'll bring up wide receivers just so you see Julio. Wow, Julio's still here. George Pickens. And then,
without injuries, Julio seems like a cheat code, especially at this point. I think I'm just locking that in. We got our 3 wide receivers ready to go.
So something to keep in mind is on a Madden depth chart. For a slot guy, we could put a guy in the slot. So you could have like Hopkins in a slot, like that's a sure catch, or Cooks like a more speed. So you're definitely. I heard you talking about Julio Jones. Even he could be the slot.
Yeah,
and locking down that third, like you were alluding to, I think that's a good idea. When Cooter won the Super Bowl, she had Julio Jones was her MVP, and
really?
And he played slot. So, I mean, it's your team. Do what you want. Let's throw whatever your tight end is at slot then.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Round 17, looking pretty solid here, man. You still need maybe one more cornerback, secondary person, another linebacker, 3-4 scheme. You're often with 2 out there, and then another edge rusher, outside linebacker, edge rusher kind of guy. Marcus Golden, Justin Houston could obviously fill the need, but we still have some solid middle linebackers for your second. Don't forget about your trade if you do want it, and you are looking for 2 more offensive linemen as well, just so you know.
Yeah. Let's Can I get a look at the offensive line again? What do we mean, center, right tackle?
Bulaga is here. That's sweet. He will be your highest overall with Ben Jones, center at 81. And then if maybe Saffold here at 80, and then Leno might be here at 80. Yeah. But 82 overall is your highest with Bulaga.
Yeah.
And it fits a position of need that I don't have to do much work to.
Yeah. I like just taking Bulaga.
I mean, shout out to Iowa, shout out to the Packers, and then shout out to the team he went last year, which may have been the Lions. But I
honestly can't remember right now.
I'm not a big Brian Bulaga fan, but I know.
Yeah, I don't follow his career that much.
Yeah, I only knew he went to Iowa because it said it right there for me. Go Hawkeyes! Tight end.
It's safe to assume that like a good offensive lineman went to somewhere like Iowa or Midwestern
Notre Dame.
College.
Yeah, exactly. You got it down right. And I don't know if you just want to sure off that offensive line.
Let's make it easy. Let's do it.
You know what I mean? Just
come
get
on
it
down.
Because you're solid there, man. 81 overall. Like I said, that's a nice body to have. That's like 80 overall seems to be kind of my like final bottom line for an overall in a Madden simulation like this. Like not too bad, but he's not great, but he could serve, especially at a center. So running backs, round 19. We do have a couple here, but with Leonard Fournette at 85 overall. Tight ends, we are getting thin. This could be a position you trade for if you want. But don't forget, you still need another outside linebacker.
Yeah, we need some linebacker help.
So maybe a Golden move over to right outside linebacker, or at right outside linebacker, Tyus Bowser is there. And then don't forget, you will need another middle linebacker for a 3-4 scheme.
Yeah, let's go with.
Or you could honestly even put like a safety in coverage linebacker.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You could, like, it is part of
Yeah.
the Madden depth chart. Like in theory, Kareem Jackson's 84. He could obviously play safety, and then you have like Poyer at middle linebacker on coverage downs. Wow, I never actually thought about that before. I'm just thinking about that.
This is I'm kind of into the all safety draft and just having speed everywhere.
You can't teach 84 overall.
Let's do it. We're gonna
like
get
that,
weird
man.
with it.
Because we can move him to sub linebacker. So on like passing downs like that, he could come in or stay at safety, and then we could put Poyer at coverage linebacker. Wow,
Right.
That's cool. I got to note that when I move forward doing mine, because I love doing these. Like I'll like when I'm researching, writing an article, I'll like do like 10 rounds and then 20 minutes of work. Do 10 rounds, 20 minutes of work.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. Okay, so round 20, we're looking for about 5 more. You need your tight end, you need a running back, and then miscellaneous stuff. And then of course the Madden draft simulation will address some other needs. And then of course the trade if you do want it.
How long does Lenny last? Because like he just keeps sitting there. Like every time I'm like,
you're gonna probably have to ask his wife about that, but in this Madden draft, I'm not sure, but I think like Cordell Patterson will be there, Melvin Gordon at least, but 85 overall, 93 carrying. He has
like
90
I've been playing this game every time where it's like, do I just keep passing?
Etienne will be there for sure. Like 92 speed, that's pretty cool, but like speed matters in Madden a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. So 90 isn't too slow, but like a James Conner at like 86 is probably too slow. I actually think Cordell Patterson is a superstar X factor. Oh, he's just a superstar. But he could be a receiving back, like third down back, a depth chart Madden move you could do, because he's obviously not good at like trucking and stiff arm.
Let's look at the linebackers, knowing that like there's probably at least still a couple running backs I'm cool with.
Yeah, like a pass rusher, are you saying?
Yeah.
Tyus Bowser, right outside linebacker, 83 speed, or Marcus Golden are your best bet.
Let's go with Golden.
79 speed, but he's one overall higher. So he has 84 power, 67 finesse moves.
Yeah, let's check out Bowser.
I don't know what you want out of a right outside linebacker. So he's more of a power rusher. He's more of a speed rusher, so he'll have more finesse moves, which maybe you want. Oh, wow.
I've always kind of leaned towards speed.
He's a little more well-rounded at 70 and 80, and he's faster.
Bowser.
Yeah.
Bowser it is.
I like that, man. Shout out to Bowser. What was your favorite Mario Kart character?
Waluigi and everything.
Nice, man. I was a Toad person, like on Double Dash.
I just wanted to be tall for once, so I'm a Waluigi guy.
Oh. Nice. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. Speaking on being tall, are we thinking of running back? Fournette's still there.
Yeah, let's just do it. Fournette. I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, dude, 85 overall, 90 speed, still solid, and he is a trucker. He could have pass catching abilities as well. That leaves kind of a tight end. Maybe another secondary guy, because if you put Jackson at safety, Poyer comes into coverage linebacker. Maybe you need another secondary. So you do need it. Did I say tight end? Yeah, you still need a tight end. Yeah, Ukwebunam is still there. So he's not going to be a good blocker, but it's like,
yeah, whatever. I don't care about that.
Or you could get Max Williams, who could be a good blocker and a good catcher, and kind of double up on your run game as well. And just a serviceable catcher. Wow.
He actually was a little bit better in this game than I thought he would be, but just out of distaste for Max Williams, I don't think I can do it. But let's go with Albert O, because hopefully he does way better on this team than he is for my fantasy teams right now.
Absolutely. I hope no one's watching. I'm dropping him in a dynasty league. And I'm picking up someone.
It's been so bad. It's been so bad.
Well, I have Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews.
That's pretty good.
I'm picking up hopefully, I hope no one's watching because some people in the league watch. The New York Giants rookie.
Wan'Dale Robinson?
No, tight end.
Oh, or Daniel Bellinger.
Yeah. And he's actually has like 3 receptions each game the last 3 years or games.
Yeah, and especially with all their injuries that they've got.
I'm just frustrated with Alberto, so I'm getting Bellinger.
Is it short benches in that league?
Yeah, it's like 22, 24, 22, 24
Makes
roster.
sense, then.
You're not I don't care, man. Alberto. Like,
Yeah.
he's not a factor.
Gotta get the bad juju off your team.
He is not a factor at all. Here's backup running backs. They'll see about 100, 150 touches, maybe, depending on the simulation, random. So it is kind of important to have a solid second guy, but it's not needed. The draft will just get one for you. But that's just for your reference. A fourth receiver, it's probably, it doesn't hurt to have, especially when a guy's in the slot. Like, there's KJ Osborne down there. Christian Watson, speed kills right there. Or whatever you need, man.
Catch the ball. Let's look at middle linebacker because we still need someone there.
Yeah, you did draft Denzel Perriman.
One, but
in this, you might, Jamie Collins, Nick Kwiatkowski, pretty solid veterans right there. Your BPAs.
Yeah, I want to lock in Jamie Collins.
Yeah, because he won't see the field much, especially if you are doing that sub linebacker. But it's probably still good to have a second middle linebacker in a 3-4 scheme just in case.
Yeah,
I love that. So we're about around 24, 25 here. You got your offensive line, your 1 tight end, 3 receivers. Do you want to get another backup running back just to know your guy? You maybe need that extra secondary help. Especially with only having 5 total corners or secondary right now. There's Chris Harris, Joe Hayden, because you could just pop that right down and 278s locked in.
Yeah, I like Chris Harris here.
Yeah, and then this will conclude it. After this, one more pick here, 25th round for your final thing. How are we feeling? How do you want to lock this in?
I'm feeling pretty good so far. I do want to take a peek at running backs.
If you want a couple extra rounds, feel free. No big deal as well.
Nah, I'm not worried about that.
So it did lose a little, but there's guys here, not exciting stuff, but,
yeah.
Shot like Boone. Jeff Wilson, pretty,
yeah.
Nwangwu if you want just speed, because speed matters.
Right. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that again. Let's go back to corner. Make sure we got some people to cover.
Maybe Joe Hayden's the best here, yeah.
Let's do it.
Cool. And with that, that's going to conclude us here. And I will go ahead simulate the remaining draft, and then I will edit around these rosters. And while I do that, we have a little idle time, Wyatt, or I should say Wallet. I have the questions for you. Are you ready?
I think so, yeah.
What would your death row meal be?
My grandmother's pasta and meatballs.
That's it. Wow, straight to
Easy.
it.
It's nostalgic. It's one of the best things I've ever had. There's just nothing like it.
And I could only imagine. Okay, so would you rather go to jail for 1 year or go to jail with the Rubik's Cube and then you could leave when you solve it?
I think I could solve a Rubik's Cube in under a year. I've never even attempted one, but I would have to think I could figure it out in less than a year. So
but if you don't, like a year and a month extra, you're there. But maybe you could in like at least 6 months.
I'm able to use it in all of my free time, like try it out in all of my free time like that.
You have maybe not when you're doing like lunches,
right,
or whatever else, but any free time you have, you could. You're twisting that thing around.
Yeah, I would take it with the Rubik's Cube. I think I could make that happen.
All right. What would be your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse?
I'm trying to think of something I'm even comfortable wielding that I would actually be able to protect myself with.
You could go bow and arrow. You could take gun, but then it's like bullets are going to be ran out. Like, do you want like a hammer? Like that could break, Or like maybe it's some fictional like sword, Harry Potter's cape.
I'm thinking like javelin because it's like long range, but it's not like reusable. Mm-hmm. Well, and also it's just long enough that I can get from a distance.
Oh yeah, you could just stab away.
Yeah, Like I said, yeah, because like you said, guns you could run out of ammo. You might not have the right ammo, so like I want something that's reusable, but also the longest distance possible.
Yeah, it gives you a little extra room, like
Yeah,
distance
little
between
reach.
with the stab.
Especially
Cool.
because I'm a short guy. I don't have long arms. I need some extra.
For sure. And with that, what are your top 3 favorite smells?
Vanilla, the smell of searing meat,
Okay. What kind of seasonings?
just salt and pepper. That's all you need on
A steak or a chicken?
Or a steak.
I'm just trying to envision it,
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so 2,
perfectly marbled
vanilla,
ribeye, heavy
just
salt and pepper, heavy
heavy,
pepper,
heavy because it's thick.
cast iron pan,
Seasoned
olive oil,
cast iron pan as well.
a little bit of butter to baste it.
With rosemary and stuff.
Oh yeah, of course.
With the spoon. Okay, so that vanilla, and then what?
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. Nice. Okay, that's just nice. Dark chocolate, vanilla, and that. Love that. Okay, what food combination would you like to ban?
Huh. I don't know if there's anything that like I absolutely like don't think should go together because I'm definitely for like experimenting with food.
Like I've seen people do like they melt chocolate on pizza, olive oil on ice cream.
Oh sure. So so yeah, I'm sure there are crazy things that people have done that like don't do those. But I'm trying to think of like things that people regularly do that I think people should not do. Oh, I know what. I'll go with no American cheese on apple pie, which is a weird thing.
Interesting.
That
Yeah,
I've seen a
that
lot
doesn't
of.
even sound good, man. That's
Or
interesting.
cheddar cheese. I think
On
all I know is
apple
people
pie?
put cheese on their apple pie. It's like
No.
a weird.
Emily,
Southern
let us know
thing
if
that
that's
I've
a
seen.
thing.
And that just doesn't make. I guess I kind of get it because it adds some like fat to the sweetness to like to help balance it maybe. But like I think there's better ways to do it than a piece of cheese.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. What skill or craft would you like to master?
Butchery. As someone who worked in the culinary industry for a long time, butchery was always my weakest facet. Like primal cuts, subprimal, whole animal. I don't have a ton of experience, so I would love to be able to.
If you know Steven Johnson,
master of it.
his family has a business where they do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. You don't
it's
know
awesome.
about his stuff?
Mm,
He makes like meat
I need
sticks.
to.
He makes meat sticks.
Oh hell yeah!
Like he sent me a package of kangaroo, alligator, venison. Insert other crazy wild game that I'm missing right now, but like, dude, it's insane, man. And they do that, so maybe whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
So butchering, love that. And then the final question before we move on here to your team, and we can finalize depth chart. Dang, I'm trying to think of I got a good one here. That's the jail one. I set that up so nice, and I forgot about the question. Oh, if you could have witnessed one event in history, what would it be?
The only thing that's coming to mind is any Browns NFL championship win before their Super Bowls because people like to not count those, and it's like all we have in so long. So it would be pretty cool to be able to actually witness one of those.
Cool. Love that, and we'll pop it back here. So I'm making sure everything's good. You got a solid team going here. Would you like a trade?
Nah. I'm good.
So we got Campbell there at defensive tackle. Ingram. You got some solid backups. Nothing crazy. And then we'll get over here to the more important spots. Actually, after I move, who do you want? Poyer or Smith at corner?
Well, who's got the better coverage ratings?
80, 94, 76, 88. So Poyer.
Yeah.
Love that. We could move Poyer to your second or first cornerback. He's the starting safety. Hold on, let me move Harrison Smith over there. You said no to your trade. I will just show you your other positions as we move on. Perfect. Perfect. How do you think your team's going to do here?
I'm liking it. We got
Perfect.
talent
I'm
everywhere.
liking it.
We value drafted pretty well, I think.
Perfect. So third down running back. I mean, it's got to be Fournette. You got
Yeah.
Johnson backing up. Power running backs got to be Fournette. Ooh, you got Kylan
Yep.
Hill.
Oh,
Slot
I love
receivers.
Kylan Hill.
So slot receivers in a Madden simulation. Shout out to Matt Collins. Slot receivers typically will see the most targets. Typically. So I'm unsure if you want to prioritize a specific person there. Currently, you have Julio Jones. That's just based off of what was there.
I think it just makes sense the way it is already. I'm good with
I
it.
forgot about that bug. I'm gonna have to get that before I go to bed. Okay. Rush, sub rush, right end. You probably want Donalds, and then a defensive tackle. We can move Campbell just to ensure the best possible defensive lineman at all times. So sub linebacker. So this is currently you have Smith there. So Poyer is playing corner, so Smith would want to be your sub linebacker, and you don't want to have the other safety as your sub linebacker because that means then there's no strong safety
Right
over there. So you'll have Smith, a nice run stopper playing where a linebacker is. That's kind of awesome. That's actually sick. And then slot corner, you probably don't want Kareem Jackson, your backup safety, playing there.
No.
We'll just put Casey Hayward. Whatever. He's your best player. With the slot corner, they'll cover the slot receiver who typically will see that. So your backup running backs, you have Ty Johnson, Kylan Hill, and then of course Dexter Williams, the previous Packer that had some hype. And then your remaining Tyron Johnson, you probably Anthony Schwartz has 96 speed. We may need
we got some field stretchers there.
We may need to put him up there higher just because that speed is it kills.
Yeah.
And then you have Devin Funches and Chris Herndon at tight end. All right, man. So with that, we're just going to go ahead and simulate it halfway through the season.
Okay.
That is roughly 6, 7, 8 games. What do you predict this record is going to be for you? I mean, you know when the Cleveland bye is, however many game that is.
I think one loss. Because I'm a fan of this team.
So maybe 6-1, 7-1. And like I said, every person in this season 3 Madden 2023 Load the Wagon series has made it to the playoffs. So no pressure. And we're whatever 50 episodes
I don't want to be that person.
And there's only been one person to finish below 500 in the series.
Wow.
So you don't want to be like Colton.
I definitely don't want to be.
How about that? I'll have to get him back on. He picked, Brady threw it was like 28 interceptions. Like
don't say that before my
the most interceptions I've ever seen. And with that, 5-2, tied for the division lead against the Bengals. And that is your matchup. This is for the division league, a week 8 game for the division. Wow, that's a huge game. I may need to just simulate that to see what it is. But for now, let's see what is going on with your team. Tom Brady, 12-3. Jake Fromm got a pass, completing 65%. Seems
only
very
12 touchdowns, not enough.
Wow, Leonard Fournette has 10.
Well, that's what. Now I see why.
Look at all these rushing touchdowns. Herndon has 2. Kylan Hill has 2.
What is this
Brady
offense?
Has 1. Julio has 1. What is this offense? This offense is getting it done. Yeah, Hopkins, Cook, and Jones, and Ukwe all have 400 yards.
Where you been, Alberto? We need you in real life.
Dude, holy crap, man. No touchdowns for Hopkins, but Jones has 5 and Cooks has 3. Well-rounded offense.
All right.
And then we'll see on the defensive side, Perriman is leading it. And then, of course, Donald with 11, 8.5 Campbell, 8 with Lawrence.
See, that's why we did this, right?
Yep. Wow, Kareem Jackson and Smith leading the team. And so that moves that were made that I'm going to have to apply now moving forward.
I love it.
Yeah, dude. Harrison Smith, 3 for 10.
Everything was beautiful, and then we saw Maher.
He's getting kicked, dude. This is a executive decision by me. That is unacceptable. That could be why you're losing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3 out of 10. Come on.
Out of 10. That is abysmal. Usually 7 out of 9, 6 out of 8.
Yeah.
8 out of
I
11.
say, can we look at the game results and see how many were decided by like 3 points?
You could, but that's a lot of work, and I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
worries, no worries, no worries.
I don't want to do that to you because then it's like, oh, I could have won. I guess it's only 2 games we could look at.
Sure,
Might
yeah.
as well, yeah. I want to see. Yeah, you're getting. He's out of here, dude. Can't have that, dude.
Maher.
So maybe moving forward, I should recommend to my guests to draft a kicker.
A real kicker, yeah.
25 rounds and then round
Has
26.
anyone drafted a kicker?
Yeah, like, their last pick, like 25, just to get a guy.
Sure.
Like, because like you saw, like round 24, 25, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? Oh, I have to go to free agents now. Wow, dude. Brett Maher, 3 out of 10. Wow. I swear to God, I've never seen it be that bad. Okay, let's go to and get you a kicker out of free. It's like no one's there.
I'm sure.
Let's see as it comes up here. Melvin Gordon's available.
Yeah, that's interesting.
All right, Ryan Suckup. I mean, he's the best available.
He's got a leg.
He's better. I mean, he's better than 3 out of 10. Wow. Okay. With that 5-2, the divisional game is here. I want to simulate this game and see what happens because this is for the division lead.
Yeah, big game.
This is a big
Gotta
game.
show up for this one.
5-2, Browns, Bengals, the Ohio Bowl. Wow, they have Aaron Rodgers who's balling out. All right, let's see. 5-2 for the division lead. And the Ravens are 4-3. They're hanging around. Wow, tough loss, 31-21.
Rough.
And the Ravens won. So this is a tight race. 6-2, 5-3, 5-3.
It's okay. You're gonna bounce back from that one. Division games are always tough.
Wow, with that, we'll simulate to the playoffs. So 9 more games. There's a lot of football left. A lot of football left here. Oh my gosh. Okay. 5-2. So how are we thinking? How are you feeling?
Hoping for only 6 losses.
I mean, we're looking for a wild card if the Bengals are taking off, man.
Yeah.
All right. So week 18, about to be the playoffs. About to pull it up here. Ooh.
That is tough.
9-8, losing the wild card game to the Ravens. But the positive note here is that there was no bad team. A 9-8 team is still positive. No one team below 500. Wyatt, thank you for coming on. Blessing us here with your time. I do appreciate it. Let everybody know what is going on with you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at WyattB_FF. As you mentioned earlier, JWB Fantasy Football is where most of my content is done. Doing a couple shows a week there. Do a recap show on Sundays that comes out Monday mornings. Do our Dynasty show on Mondays. It comes out Tuesdays. And then I do a little DFS quick show that comes out usually on Fridays. And then you can find my written work at Dynasty League Football.
Awesome. And with that, again, thank you, Wyatt, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for watching whenever you did. Have a good night, good morning, good evening. Next week's guest, I need to follow up, but hopefully some fire content only type vibes are coming. I will need to follow up. I said I would within a week. It is now a week. So if you are watching, I'll message you here shortly. Catch us next week, 9 p.m., probably, whatever. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And Wyatt, again, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.